EGR testing. When you want to test for the correct EGR flow, you're going to have to connect the scan tool and select the following PIDs. You want bank 1 short-term fuel trim, bank 2 short-term fuel trim, you want the map sensor, and you want the EGR percentage. Now, you can see that we're not using numbers, we're using graphs. Using numbers is very difficult, so we graphed these PIDs out. Map and short-term fuel trim are working normally on this test drive when no EGR is commanded. You can see down at the bottom, EGR percentage over to the right says 0. And then map and short-term are just making slight adjustments for fuel control. Now, when we go up and command EGR, in this case 18%, you can see that bank 1, short-term fuel trim, and map start reacting to EGR flow. Notice that the EGR flow affects bank 2 more than it does bank 1, and that's because of where the EGR valve is mounted, and this is normal on vehicles. Both map and short-term fuel trim continue to react to EGR flow. Now, as we look across there, take a look and make sure you study this, because you need to know what normal short-term fuel trim and map activity looks like when there is EGR flow, because the PID for EGR percentage isn't always available. So if it isn't available, you can see I graded out there. Drive the vehicle under 35 miles an hour, get an idea of what short-term and map look like, and they should be normal, of course. And then start increasing your vehicle speed and watch for short-term and map activity as you see here. Now, of course, it's not going to look exactly like this, but if you're holding a steady throttle, you jump up to 45 miles an hour and hold a steady throttle, you can see that short-term and map are reacting to something, so you know you have EGR flow. Now, if you wanted to go one step further, you can take a percent of duty meter and put it on the EGR circuit, and it will give you the same reading as we had down there on scan data, and then you can be sure. Now, what you're looking for here is this normal activity. What you don't want to see is short-term or map going completely out of range, out of specifications. That would indicate we have too much EGR flow. So if you're doing 55 miles an hour and your short-term is way out of whack, it's minus 20, it's plus 20, the map is way at its limits, then you're going to say, wow, I have too much EGR flow. Now, if you don't get a reaction in short-term or the map, then you don't have EGR flow. You will now be returned to the test selection menu. Make a selection based on your test result.